It's Song Talk Radio.
Welcome to Song Talk Radio, the show with songwriters talking to other songwriters about the craft of songwriting. We share tips, tools, and techniques, and together we all become better at writing songs. I'm your host, Neil Modi, and with me, my co-host, Phil Emery. How you doing, Phil?
I am doing fairly good. We're having some audio issues because I'm out on the road, but still I'm trying to stay full of Christmas cheer because this is a very jolly show, I think.
It's a jolly good time. It's a good time to be on the road. Hopefully you're not snowed in anywhere. Yeah, that's all good. And those are the pains of the road, I suppose, sometimes.
I think so, yes.
Okay. For everyone else, please send your comments and questions to at Song Talk Radio on Facebook or Instagram. Feedback at songtalk.ca for the email. And we'll share your thoughts on the show. And please visit songtalk.ca to see the show post for this episode, to find links to resources we mention, and to download lyric and chord sheets to follow along with the songs that we feature. Tonight, we're happy to be showcasing the first of our listeners and previous guests' answers to the Songwriting Challenge for 2024 to write a holiday song.
And what songs have they been writing, too?
Yeah, we've been getting some awesome submissions from our listeners over the last couple of months now, a few months really, since they started rolling in, and I got a whole batch of them more recently than the weeks coming up to the deadline, of course, as we know deadlines are that useful. And so this year we're going to be doing 4 episodes featuring our listeners' songs, and as well some of our previous guests have also submitted holiday songs that they wrote this year. We got a lot to share and a lot to keep us rolling here. So let's just get right into it, shall we, Phil?
Indeed.
All right. So the first one up, our good friend of the podcast and of the meetup group, Victor Hathaway. He's wrote a song called "Keeping Christmas," and this is what he wrote to us. Said, I had the tune kicking around for several weeks before the challenge was issued, while I was trying to suss out its emotion. When I thought of using it as a Christmas song melody, I liked how its tunefulness had a classic feel. As the lyric took shape, I just adapted the original melody to the lyric. I even found a place for the Christmas chord. On a production note, this recording is a songwriter's demo, not a produced piece. I'm a non-performer writer who writes almost everything on the ukulele, DAWs and AI vocals, maybe in my future, but at present, I'm just focusing on the elements of the craft, so that maybe someday I'll be writing songs worthy of being produced. Thanks for the challenge. It was a rewarding exercise. All right, thanks. That's awesome. Thank you so much for writing to us, Victor, and submitting your song. And so let's take a listen. This is Victor Hathaway's song, "Keeping Christmas."
December nights and Christmas lights, beloved carols in the air, ought to be enough to fill a soul with cheer. But there's no cheer in this soul. You're not here, I'm alone. Don't know what I'll do, while others celebrate the Yule. I'll be trying to make it through. I'll be keeping Christmas without you. Now I find in the Christmas box the tacky angel that you bought. I hold it, and your joyful laugh is all I can hear. I used to hate the sight of it. Now I'm seeing all I miss, all I shared with you. While others celebrate the Yule, I'll be trying to make it through. I'll be keeping Christmas without you. I sing the carols, I drink the toasts, I watch the movie about the ghosts. I go to parties, I go to church, I keep tradition for all I'm worth, and only I know why I do. While others celebrate the Yule, I found a way to make it through. I'll be keeping Christmas anew. While others celebrate the Yule, in my heart I'll keep it true. I'll be keeping Christmas for you.
Wow. Great tune. You know, I used to believe that you couldn't play anything but happy songs on the ukulele, but here we are. Like perfectly melancholy with a tinge of sadness. It's just absolutely lovely.
It's a little reminiscent of a songwriter called Moondog. And if you've ever watched the television show Our Flag Means Death, there's a lot of his music in that. And he's a songwriter from New York, I think. And he does a whole bunch of different stuff. He was sort of a genius, and I think he had some mental health issues, and I think he wound up, dying poor and homeless and penniless. But great stuff. He has sort of that beautiful sort of melancholy. What a great line. I'll be keeping Christmas without you. That is such a strong line. That really should be the title of the song, I'll be keeping Christmas without you, because I think that's a title that people would gravitate to.
Yeah, I did wonder that, because the title as he put it is Keeping Christmas, which sounds positive. Then we get into the song, you realize it's Keeping Christmas Without You, which is, yeah, it hits a lot harder, right?
But it's such a strong line. Like it sounds like a classic one. My only thing I really like the while the others celebrate the Yule, I found to make it through. I'll be keeping Christmas anew, as just before the end of the song. But the very last song, I would change to I'll be keeping Christmas without you, because it really sort of is what the song is about. Whereas I'll be keeping Christmas for you seems a little odd, unless you want to do, well, you could actually add another stanza after that and then end on I'll be keeping Christmas without you.
I suppose. I mean, he did modify that last chorus as well. Rather celebrate the Yule, in my heart I'll keep it true, which is a very different sentiment than I found a way to make it through. Right. So I don't mind the I'll be keeping Christmas for you. Like, it ends it on a bit of a lighter note. I wouldn't even say happier necessarily, because you can still feel the loss in the song, but I'll be keeping Christmas for you. And as well, he I think that's where he used the Christmas chord, right at the very end, that very I'll be keeping Christmas for you. That's where he used that minor six, or the 4 minor 6 chord. It sounds like it anyway. Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it is a decision. I do see your point. It might hit. I think it would hit with the point of the song if it was Keeping Christmas Without You again.
That's like sort of a Nashville kind of thing, right? That's like, when you're thinking about making a pop song, that's how they would look at it, and they go, okay, that's, I love the line. I sing the carols, I drink the toasts, I watch the movie about the ghosts.
Yeah, I really like that.
I love that. That is so cool.
Yeah, his bridge is really nice, because that's where that's actually the brightest part of the song. It's even brighter than the chorus. The chorus still has that melancholy, because the message is melancholy, but this is the you know, in the chorus he sings, "I'll be trying to make it through." The bridge is how is he trying to make it through? He's singing the carol, he's drinking the toast, watching the movie with the goat. Like it, it's the actual active showing of how he's trying to make it through. So it's a really lovely bridge.
What's great is also it kind of shows you don't need much.
Mm.
It's just, and I think the ukulele gives it a bit of melancholy that I think if it was fully produced, it would not have.
Quite possibly, yeah.
It's a bit more sort of intimate.
Mm-hmm.
So I really like it. And I wish I could remember the song, but it is played throughout the show. Our flag means death.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about, finding the love that that'll save you or something like that. It's very reminiscent of this, but it's a great song.
Yeah, it's absolutely lovely. And as far as a pop song is concerned, I don't think it's that at all. I mean, it's really like even the first verse, it almost seems to meander a little bit. Like we don't know where it's falling, especially because like December nights and Christmas lights, beloved carols in the air ought to be enough to fill a soul with cheer. But there's no cheer. Like there's no rhyming in that first verse, right? To sort of stabilize it. Like it feels very uncertain, and then gets into the chorus. It's really. I mean, he's pulled off the melancholy thing perfectly, I think.
Yeah, it's a beautiful one. I just love that line. "I'll be keeping Christmas without you." I mean, that's like a title that people would get together and say, "Oh, okay, I've got this title, and I'm just going to write a song around that," because it is so strong, because it's so clear about what it is, but it's not Blue Christmas. I mean, it's a little bit of a different take on it, which is always tough to have a different take on these things.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, and it's a little bit, it's a little bit personal. It's got those images in it as well that make it a holiday song, and of course the whole holiday thing, but looking at the grief side of it, which is a nice twist.
A great tune, yeah. I mean, it's thanks for knocking it out of the park, Victor.
Yeah, it's a great start to our listener songs. Well done, Victor.
Always great stuff.
Love it. Okay, let's move on to Steve Johnson. He's submitted to our challenge before. Is that right, Phil? Steve Johnson?
Yes.
So he writes to us, said, "This was a tough one for me. I'm not really overly enthused about any holiday, and even less so a few months ahead of the season. I had a lot of passing thoughts for themes and musical styles, but nothing felt authentic or right. Ultimately, I followed the germ of a comedic idea. I'm not sure if the song is funny, but there are a few clever lines lurking inside. While it does deal with adult themes, I'm not sure a younger audience would be quickly clued in. And musically, I settled rather quickly on a 1-6-2-5 progression, mainly because those changes make their way into many holiday tunes. I also checked out some of your helpful resources and decided to exploit the major to minor 6 change on the 4 chord. There we go, the Christmas chord again. The form is also a little weird with an intro that also acts as a verse 1, which has a different melody and feel than verse 2. I couldn't quite bring myself to work up a full band arrangement, so I settled on acoustic guitar voice and overdubbed jingle bells. This is not the best song I've written, but I think I made a little lemonade out of a less than ideal prompt for my songwriting sensibilities. I'm crossing my fingers that next year's challenge will involve unusual time signatures and multimeter mayhem. Spoiler alert, Steve. Until then, please enjoy my holiday song, Psychedelic Christmas. Yeah. All right. Thanks for submitting, Steve. And here we go. Let's take a listen to Steve Johnson's song, Psychedelic Christmas.
Folks and friends embrace, say goodnight. Lights of red and green illuminate, spirits aglow. The festive gathering leaves them soused and filled with such delight that they overlooked one potluck dish left out all alone. And later on, when Santa stops in looking for a treat, 1 or 2 or 3, he tries those special brownies. It's gonna be a psychedelic Christmas. Santa's flying round, but he's still on the ground. A psychedelic Christmas. He's talking with the reindeer, yet they don't make a sound. Well, ho, 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 hallucinate. Mr. Kringle thinks about sliding into his sleigh. Gonna line of presents to deliver today. He can't see straight, though he has to try. Moving through the purple haze with his third eye. Toys whisper hello. The night's moving so slowly. A trippy hippie Santa show. It's gonna be a psychedelic Christmas. Santa's losing touch, he forgets all his roots. A psychedelic Christmas. Traded in his red for a new tie-dye suit. Well, ho, 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 hallucinate. Ho, 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 hallucinate. Santa's vibe got mellow. A jolly, blurry, cosmic fellow. He don't know where to go home to the North Pole. But before he goes, he should have a quick snack, perhaps another special brownie. It's gonna be a psychedelic Christmas, prancing and dancing in his subconscious mind. A psychedelic Christmas, blitzing all the colors in a Utah design. Well, ho, 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 hallucinate. Ho, 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 hallucinate. Santa's tripping balls.
That's
Brilliant.
awesome. Oh, yeah. It's a funny song, Steve, for sure.
It's a great, that ho 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 hallucinate line is a great. That's a great hook.
That is such an awesome hook. I love it.
Like if you don't want to develop this song further, take that line and put it in something else because it's a great hook. There's some stuff here that kind of sounds like sort of early Bowie, really early Bowie as well, which I sort of thought good. But it's what a great thing. He hits all the Christmas things. Like he talks about Christmas and reindeer, and he's got, all those traditional Christmas words.
Yes.
That you throw into a song, but it's not in sort of like the same way, like not in a dull way. It's in a fresh, new kind of way. It's great.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I just love I love the intro verse. It sounds very kind of old school, 50s musical kind of thing to have that kind of an intro verse that really just sets the story in motion, sets the setting and everything.
I love when he goes down to the E minor. So it's like a C, and then I think he brings in a B in the bass.
Yeah.
And then there's an A minor, D minor, G. Right. But then when he goes down to that E, I think that is so tasty. I really love that. Nice. Yeah.
Of course, and he's got that F to F minor 6 thing going on throughout the song. Like hallucinate F to F minor 6, which is cool.
That is such a brilliant line. I mean, that's the best thing about these kinds of things, because you might not wind up with a fantastic song, but you come up with this hook, and then you can take that hook, you put it into something else, and you have a hit.
Yeah. You could sample that and use it in a hip hop track.
Yeah.
But
Now, of course, the brownies he's talking about are
Yes.
health food brownies. So we want to make sure that we don't support those kinds of things. But
not that there's anything wrong with that.
not that that's actually legal now. So
It's legal in Canada. So if you're listening
That's
in
right.
some of those states in the US, then good luck next time.
blitzing all the colors in the Yuletide design.
There's only one little nit I would pick out, Steve, in your third chorus, fourth. I don't know. It's Psychedelic Christmas, Sound of Losing Touch. You forget all his roots. Psychedelic Christmas, trading in his red for a new tie-dye suit. It's you kind of really rush through the line there, trading in his red for a new tie-dye suit. I would just get rid of the new. It doesn't have to be new. Trading in his red for a tie-dye suit, and it'll flow much better, and it'll.
Yeah, that's a great one. That's a great tip.
Yeah, which I really like that idea. Trading in his red for a new suit. It's really cool. It really paints a picture. Really, really cool.
Santa's vibe got mellow, a jolly, blurry, cosmic fellow.
Hello, yeah.
You don't know where to go. What a great bunch of lines.
Super fun.
For you're not Steve, for you're not best song, it's pretty damn good.
Yeah. It's really clever. And that's the thing. I mean, I went through many years of writing holiday songs where I just wrote clever. And one year I tried to write an honest, earnest song. It's a lot harder. So,
It is.
in some ways, to pull something clever, it's like, okay.
Well, it is actually. I think because being clever allows you to put emotional distance
Yeah.
between you and other people. And it's kind of it's a protective thing. It's sort of like something I used to do, and I don't think I do it quite as much. But someone will ask me something personal, I'll kind of respond with this kind of a humorous quip.
Yeah.
And what that does is that just pushes people away.
Yes.
And it's a crutch. But this is a great little tune.
Yeah, I mean, there's a time and place for everything. I think clever has its place, especially in songwriting. I think it's great.
Yeah. Well, and it's great. Again, it's a new take on a Christmas song. It's I haven't heard anything on this subject. I'm sure.
I forget. Is Steve from Canada, or is he from the? He sounds either American or Canadian.
I don't know.
Well, hopefully it's legal where you are, Steve. You get arrested for the song.
Yeah, it's true. Great stuff. Thanks so much, Steve.
Yeah, absolutely awesome. Okay, and our third and final song for this episode.
There'll be three more.
Three more episodes and a bunch more songs. Alex Worms, who's been a guest on our show a number of times, and 2 years ago, our annual holiday song, which of course is on the resource page for our for this challenge on the website songtalk.ca. Alex Worms writes her first original Christmas song. So that year she came on, and she had written a really heartfelt little holiday song, and it was her first original Christmas song. So as far as I know, this may be her second one that she's ever written. And let's see, Alex wrote to us and said, I think of this as a holiday song for introverts and even a modern take on Baby It's Cold Outside. While I love visiting as many friends and family as I can this time of year, it's also great to stay in and spend time at home alone with someone you love. Musically, it is a departure from my classical piano roots and the sentimental sound of Christmas music I've released in the past. This Christmas dives more into upbeat, groovy jazz pop, using a lot of tasty seventh chords and an exciting key change before the final chorus. In production, we deliberately avoided using too many Christmas cliches in the instrumentation and arrangement. After all, it is a song about not worrying too much about following holiday traditions or expectations and making up some new traditions of your own. Which is a very cool idea and sentiment, I think. And again, another sort of modern, more contemporary take on Christmas traditional stuff, right? Traditional ideas and things like that. So, okay, so this is Alex Worm's song. This is called This Christmas.
company. This Christmas, it's only you and me. That angry north wind making you so ashamed. Not gonna hear it through misty window panes. Skipping traditions that were never even for us. Hang the lights up in July, love. I know your mother won't mind, 'cause this Christmas, I'm gonna keep you company. I'm gonna keep you, ooh, I'm gonna keep this Christmas. It's only you and me, it's only you and me. You don't gotta be dignified. We don't gotta go wild. No more people pleasing, baby, take it easy a while. Every night in the wintertime, sitting back with a smile, knowing we got our own reason to celebrate the season of style. Don't you put nothing under the tree, 'cause all I want is to put your mind at ease. A chance to show you what the holidays can be. You don't gotta put on an act, love. Go on, unwrap what we have, 'cause this Christmas, I'm gonna keep you company. This Christmas, it's only you and me. It's only you and me. This Christmas, ooh, we gotta be. This Christmas, it's only you and me.
Wow. What a delightful song. Love it.
That the key change before the last
Yeah.
chord was pretty cool.
Yeah, just say right for the end and just ramp it up at the end. It's such a tasty bit. I kind of dig Funky Alex. Like, that's pretty cool. You know?
I really like the bridge too. I thought that the going into the bridge was really was sort of my favorite part of the song.
Yeah, yeah. It's a good departure. And the infernal rhyming in the bridge is it's so tasty. No more people pleasing, baby, take it easy a while, which then rhymes with the previous wild and pleasing and easy. And then in the second half of the bridge, knowing we got our own reason to celebrate the season, and then our style, which rhymes with the previous line, smile. Like, it's really, really, really cleverly crafted, like super duper. And she's got such a gift. She's got such a great gift for melody. Like, even the melodies in the verses, they're just so smooth and easygoing, and just like, yeah, it's really. And the little pre-chorus thing, little 2-line pre-chorus. I love the line, "I know your mother won't mind," because
yeah, she has lots of those nice sort of and let them wonder all night, 'cause, and then going into the chorus.
Yeah.
I mean, that really is a pre-chorus. It really sets up the chorus. And the chorus is very, like, it's simple, but it's very strong. This Christmas, I'm going to keep you company. This Christmas, it's only you and me.
Yeah.
And it's like that second line of the chorus, there's lots of different ways you could sing that. So it would be interesting to see, how many ways she tried that second line. You know, because this Christmas is only you and me. This Christmas, it's only you and me. There's like so many different ways you can tie that hook line.
Yeah. And then we did get, even if it is through arrangement, sometimes it's not. But for the first time through, it's kind of stripped down. Second time through, it's it got the only you and me. It's only you and me repetition, and then in the last chorus is where she does that bridging into the key change, and it's just it throws another twist on that. It's only you and me. Only you and me, only you and me, and then goes up into the key change. Really, 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 really nicely crafted.
Yeah, and I mean, she certainly, she certainly knows her. She knows her chords, and she is quite schooled in what she does too. I mean, she's I'm all as a punk, I'm all for the uh, self-taught, but there's something to be said about learning all that fidgety bits because it allows you to do some more complicated musical things, and she did some great musical things.
Yeah, I mean, and yeah, like there's an attention to detail here that's really quite high, and you can tell. But it doesn't, that's what they always say about the learning stuff and learning theory and all that sort of stuff is going to cripple your creativity. Well, as long as you make it sound like it's easy, make it sound, smooth and natural, then you got no problem throwing in the tasty bits.
Yeah, just learning theory will just give you a larger palette to work with.
Exactly, just gives you more options. You don't have to use them all. It's just
Yeah. It just allows you to think of, oh, maybe I can do this chord instead of this other one, as opposed to, when you're self-taught, you still do that, but sometimes you're kind of crashing around and you discover things by accident, which is kind of fun. And but there's always that the delicate balance between keeping true and doing some fancier stuff. But another great tune. But
I think Alex's Bridge is actually a perfect example of that. Like, go to a different place. Even lyrically and melodically and chord wise and everything, right? But still make it sound unified with the rest of the song. Like that's the trick.
Well, and it's interesting. She doesn't change time periods or viewpoints. So it wasn't like suddenly, oh, do you remember last Christmas when we did this? Or
no, that's right. It's all very in the now.
Yeah, so it's in the now, but it really gives it just the nice kind of palate cleanser the way a good chorus should do. Very nice.
And it's pretty. And overall, like given how many bits there are, verses, pre-choruses, bridge, key change, all the little bits, it still comes in like not very long.
Yeah, it's
2:58.
Yeah, it's 2:58. That's really but it doesn't sound short.
No, because it's full. It's full of stuff.
It's got full of stuff, yeah.
But it doesn't sound rushed either. And that little opening with the dun 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 dun, that little walk down on the piano thing. What a great way to start the song, and then she just goes right into it. Right? There's no laboring in intro or bringing the slow bells and all that business. You just launch right into it and keep it chugging until the end.
Yeah, it's another great tune by Alex.
Yeah. All right. Thank you so much, Alex, for sending that in and sharing with us. That's awesome.
Let's thank our awesome listeners.
Yeah, you guys are incredible.
Crap, you guys are amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. Victor and Steve and Alex, so good to hear your songs. I think that's all the time we have on Song Talk Radio. So special thanks to our listeners and past guests and everybody. And again, if you didn't hear your song tonight, worry not, you're in the queue. We're going to do 3 more episodes for our listener and guest songs, so stay tuned for that. And we want to hear from you too, so please send your comments on Facebook or Instagram to @SongTalkRadio, or send us an email at feedback@songtalk.ca. Be sure to check out our YouTube channel for live performance videos and full episodes, and subscribe today to the Song Talk Radio podcast on your favorite podcast provider. And you can find links to all the products, books, and web services we mentioned on Song Talk Radio on our resources page on the website. And please join us at our next monthly Song Talk meetup, whether you're in Toronto for our in-person meetups or anywhere in the world for our online meetups. It's free to join on meetup.com and free to attend, bring a song and a lyric sheet, and get constructive feedback from other songwriters. Stop by songtalk.ca for the link. You can follow me at neilmodi.com. You can follow Phil.
PhilEmery.ca.
And be sure to check out the website for this episode to see the lyric sheets for our listeners and guests, and always be sure to search them too and follow them because they're great artists. Be sure to stop by the website, songtalk.ca, to browse past shows and find out how you can be a guest. Thanks for tuning in, and keep on writing.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good afternoon. Merry Christmas. Happy Tuesday.
Christmas. Happy Thursdays. All right.